2v2 Judgement of Carrion blue team. First up is Asmon, plays an Eldar Warlock melee commander that leaps into melee combat, very good mobility and awesome disruption, can also tank with the right war gear alongside. It's Commissar Lag, plays a Commissar Lord, good offense and support, fights in melee combat, begins with an energy shield. Red team, we begin with Tyger, plays a Hive Tyrant, very durable commander, walks through cover and cannot be suppressed, starts off in melee combat, good offense and support, going straight after that Commissar Lord. And rounding off the red team is Toilailee as a Kommando of missing his stun bomb. There he is, infiltrating commander that shoots you, stabs you and blows you up, Orky style. Very good DPS on that twin link shooter, and the Warlock is forced off. No natural victory points on this map. Here is the south, centre and north. Quite a nice 2v2 map, I think. It is very narrow and constrained in some areas, but there's nothing wrong with that inherently. Multi-lash turret is up and the Hive Tyrant is forced off the north, and the Commissar Lord will take it. There is also 3 contested powers, north, mid and south, natural for both teams. Centre is uncapped, so it's going to be a 1v1. Toilailee taking the south, infiltrated, and Commissar Lag taking the north, I should say. Howling Banshees moving in, but there's double Termagants there and Hormagaunts. This is going to be nasty. Hormagaunts are going to get a lot of attacks in as those Banshees retreat. And 2 models. Can call them reasonably lucky to get away there. If those sluggers came in a bit earlier, might have been able to get in and get a few attacks in. 494, 500. The Sentinel does have the ground pound. Gets a very nice stomp, but only gets the Hormagaunts shooters just about getting out of the way. And look at the DPS they are pouring on through that Sentinel. Alongside the Kommando, they can really hurt stuff at range. Commissar Lord getting in a bit too deep there, but does get away okay. Guardsman backing off. Has guardsmen either side of his Sentinel. These guys are on capping duty. 494, 500. Centre is turning red now. Asmon going for a guarding weapon team, beginning with a Shuriken cannon. Will suppress infantry. Setup team generally very good on this map. You can control all of the lanes, or at least attempt to. And you can reface them north and south to control the mid. 492, 500. Might see some Storm Boys in response. Down goes the multi-lash turret. Sentinel now needs to be careful. A tier 1 vehicle that can decap points but cannot cap them. Doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but it's very annoying in the hands of a good player. Can't suppress it. Doesn't bleed models. And can be repaired by the guardsman. 481, 500. Shuriken will set up right in the face of these Orks, and that's going to hurt. Shooter Boys suppressed and retreat, and now they get suppressed themselves with aiming. What's that? Big shooter is getting a slight nerf in the next update, getting a slight damage decrease, but sluggers are getting some buffs in response. Also the war truck is getting a cost reduction, I believe. 459, 500. Shuriken on capping duty. Howling Banshee smacking up the node. It's a single cap for red. Ravener Brood on the field for Tyger. Begin as a power melee squad that can borrow. Can get a ranged weapon though. Commissar Lord, Hive Tyrant and Kommando all fighting at the north. Here come Hormagaunts chasing down his guardsmen. They had Inspire Courage on them, so they could not retreat there, but now they can. Commissar Lag, very good usage generally of his executes. 447, 493. 2-to-1 cap for blue team. Catachans on the field, scaring off the Kommando immediately. And there's their all reliable. Wow, disrupting 3 squads from range there. Such an awesome ability. Very versatile squad with power melee, can counter melee squads. Disrupt from range as you saw there, and can also support with a smoke grenade and be sneaky and lay down improvised explosives as well. 447, 475. Rangers are up for Asmon. Pick off shooters from range, but Storm Boys are on the field. A jump squad with power melee weapons, which won't help out a lot versus Eldar because they don't have any heavy infantry in tier 1. And Storm Boys running away there. Was that the wrong squad retreat? I think it might have been, because these shooter boys are still in combat. Big mistake from Toilailee, and he lost a bunch of sluggers to a grenade spike. That was a terrible engagement for him. Concedes the south, and did nothing much. 447, 460, maybe some stick bombs on that Commander Nob. Surely a shotgun in tier 2. Those Banshees are going to get decimated by that if they're still around. And if he goes for one. Ravener Brood do have their Devourers now, gives them a very nice ranged weapon. Trying to take down that Sentinel with it. There's a stomp and it misses the Raveners. They turn to engage. Sentinel needs to be very careful. Hormagaunts also chasing and down it goes. Hormagaunts with their adrenal glands, which will make them incredibly dangerous to those guardsmen in tier 1. Give them a health and a damage increase, as well as that passive leap. 447, 432. Commissar Lord forcing off a bunch of Tyranids. 2 Ravener models went down. Hive Tyrant now on capping duty, kicking off mid. Storm Boys, can they get into combat this time and not run away by accident? Shuriken is setting up right in their face, but they're able to passively jump in there. Wow, taking a lot of damage still. Was that the best choice to make? Should he have jumped anyway? 447, 40, and I think he should have, because he lost 2 models, and Storm Boys can bleed you quite badly. It's triple gens, single gen, and no gens. Naturals are all full, I think. Yes. No. Yes. Double termagants, both with their toxin sacks, just for the damage and health increase. I think don't really need to cripple much, or well, I suppose crippling the Commissar Lord will be very annoying, especially since you can chain that cripple, since you don't really need to cripple guardsmen. Maybe Catachans if they try and get into melee combat, but I don't think they're going to do that often. 447, 381. Double shooters running off. These guys have their node leader, makes them a detector unit, so they can spot those rangers, and when the rangers use their hollow fields as well. Howling Banshees with the aspect of strength. That was a bunch of stick bombs from the Commander Nob. There's an awesome destructor from the Warlock, perfectly timed on those sluggers, and there is a Basilisk Flare from Commissar Lag helping out, reducing the range by 50% of those shooters. There's a stun bomb beautifully done, suppressed also by the shooter boys. Warlock still smacking around there, those shooter boys. He's still in this engagement. He's almost level 2. Does he have another destructor in him? There's the passive leap, knocking back 3 models with that thing. They tried to change it so it couldn't knock back multiple models, but obviously still does so in certain situations. That was nasty. Orks on retreat with her entry grenades. Reduced damage and elite mod, of course, but they also stun now. She's chasing them down. Here comes Storm Boys. That could be dangerous for her. 408, 381, but she's just using her superior foot speed. Look at this. Effortlessly getting away. Tyranids pushing power. Caught in between 2 things. Raveners having to burrow strike and now need to retreat out. Only 300 hit points per model on those guys, and it's normal infantry armor, so they can drop very, very quickly. 399, 381, taking a look around there. Brood Nest is up. It's going to go down immediately, though, I think. No sign of the Immolator on the Warlock. Probably wants Kernus in case Nobs hit the field. Hormagaunts going after the Orks. She should be able to finish that cap and then jump away, perhaps. 399, 381. Nope, she turns to engage. There's a special attack immediately. That's a risk, I think. Hormagaunts can hurt a single entity with all those attacks going in. But here are some guardsmen to help out, and they have their Commissar. 399, 381. Warlock leaping in, buffing them, healing them, and then retreats. Orks pushing bottom. Rest of the map is pretty quiet. Center is uncapped, north is red for the Tyranids. And it's tank busters on the way. Commissar Lag has a Manticore. Has it already gone off? Yes, it must have. Toilailee knows it's there. I haven't seen it gone off. 394, 381. Sluggers decapping south. And Storm Boys capping the victory point. Look at all this stuff coming in here. Storm Boys got their knob leader, but they have to jump away. And there's a Manticore strike on the Sluggers. Storm Eagle, I believe the ability is called. Not sure why it's called that. Someone could tell me. 382, 381. Maybe that's the name of the missiles or something. Shuriken will set up to cover this approach. Here comes Toilailee. Maybe go infiltrated and throw your stick bombs, but the Catachans are there. They are a detector unit, and they're getting stuck in there. What are they up to? There's a shotgun blast. Hiding Banshees might wipe here. Nope, they get away, and there's a beautiful grenade from Asmon. Ouch. Storm Boys are the ones that wipe. Catachan's using it all reliable on retreat there as well. 365, 381. Storm Boys went down, they didn't do a whole lot either, did they? Just bled a bunch. Purchased the Knob Leader and then they went down. 358, 381. Manticore Strike, making the Tyranids back off if nothing else. These tank busters have been infiltrated by the Kommando Knob's global ability. Warlock going way too overextended, goes down. 350, 381. We have a ranged Hive Tyrant with the Venom Cannon and improved Synapse. Not a build you see all that often, but can be very, very good. 344, 381. Maybe with the improved Bioplasma up as well. There's the 2-to-1 for red. Here come a bunch of guardsmen. Being quite aggressive here. Catachan's getting focused down now though. Look at the damage they're taking. He might lose his squad on retreat and does lose the squad. So that's evened it out a bit. Storm Boy's down, Catachan's down. Here comes that Commissar Lord. He has the Power Fist, yes he does. Straight up DPS, heavy melee weapon. 85 DPS this thing has. It's quite cheap for a Power Fist as well, only 40 power I think. 338, 381. Don't get any fancy abilities, but sometimes you just want to smack stuff for the Emperor and he has to retreat there. What's this? It's tank busters trying to hit power, very, very sneaky, and they retreat away from the Howling Banshees of Aspect of Strength, and their Exarch is up. They've got away at least once, very, very luckily. Shuriken won't do anything on retreat path, or will it? There's a big shotgun blast from the special shooter. High explosive shells, stick bombs thrown in, but the Stalk field is up on the Shurikens, and now this Kommando Knob is in trouble. Special attack after special attack tries to save him with aiming what's that and succeeds. Nice play there from Toilailee, nice play from both players in fact. 2-to-1 for red, pushing through to the power, hitting it with Venom Brood, Ravener Brood, under range Synapse, double Termagants under range Synapse, and this Hive Tyrant who does now have the warp field. I really would have gone for the Bioplasma, put some pressure on from range. 318, 381. It's a 2-to-1 cap for red and it's a full retreat from Tyger. That was a beautiful grenade again. Manticore did go down incidentally. 310, 381. Brood Nest is mid. Would allow all of red team stuff to reinforce around it and give them a slight health regen buff. 305, 381. South, they have a full gen farm here, blue, but it doesn't have a node up, so it could be decapped by those orcs, and a webway gate is here and they can't see it. Rangers are still up, almost level 3, do not even have their hollow fields. 293, 381. Warlock tying up the tank busters. Here comes Sluggers using Swampum. They don't have their burners though. Double shooters moving in. Here comes that Knob. He is level 2. Warlock is what? He's almost level 3. Has to walk through but goes down in retreat. To those Sluggers, they kick some ass there. Stun bomb shuts down the Shuriken. Getting the Sluggers get in there though. They were suppressed, and it's a full retreat from Asmon. And Toilailee should be able to cap up or bottom now. Take that power as well. Or start capping mid. 285, 373. And double Stormtroopers up for lag, a build he likes to use. Double Assault Kit Stormtroopers. He's going to try and outshoot these ranged Tyranids now. Venom Cannon is, it says, effective against infantry and vehicles there, but it's mostly an anti-vehicle weapon. Doesn't hit infantry all that reliably. That's not quite as bad as a missile launcher or bright lance or something. We'll hit them occasionally, and it does splash damage, of course. 285, 340. More pressure on this power. They really have pressured this power reasonably well, red team. A capillary tower is still here. Getting some changes in the next patch will now give a bunch of experience, and it will have less hit points as well. Howling Banshees is just about getting away. 285, 339. That was the Commando's burner bomb there. All of that fiery stuff on the ground. Everyone's tier 3. Commissar like the last to go. Fire Prism is up for Asmon. Might be able to really powerfully control these little tight areas with that awesome knockback he has. Look at that. 285, 339, completely taking those guys out of the engagement for a few seconds. over and over again as well. So 1-to-1 cap. North is blue. Double turning against the Raveners, forcing off guard from these guys with plasma guns. That's to try and put some very quick pressure on the Venom Brood, which are heavy infantry, try and get some synapse bombs to go off. 281, 339. Commissar Lag hits tier 3. What is he going to do though? Maybe a Lehman Russ with execution up. Down goes the fire prism. What the heck? What happened? No idea. Kommando does not have the rocket launcher up. Tank busters. They must have been responsible infiltrating tank busters there. 251, 339. Nice play from Toilailee. Shame I missed it. North is still red. They have a triple cap here. Now the double. Asmon is retaking south. Can he outshoot these Tyranids? Can he hope to? Needs to put pressure onto the Venom Brood. There's a fragmentation grenade. Misses everything, but Tyger does retreat. That one does not miss. Takes out a bunch of termagants, but it's not a huge deal. Really should have gone for that bioplasma, I think. 222, 339 would give Lag something else to think about. That was the high explosive shells, was it? No, it wasn't. I'm not sure what that was. Level 2 shooters. Level 2 sluggers. Commandos have got a whole bunch of experience because they took down that fire prism. And a battle wagon is on the way. Toilailee is a big fan of that thing. 216, 335. Hive Tyrant decapping north. Center is all turning blue. Asmon going for a D cannon. Again, singularity in these tight passages would be nasty, or even in the mid. Needs to be careful of things getting infiltrated though. Needs to keep his rangers close by to detect. There's a stun bomb. Stuns the shuriken. Howling Banshees are there, lying in wait. There's a warp throw into grenade. Beautifully done by Asmon. That was nasty. It was so bunched up there. Where is the D cannon? D cannon is setting up. Look at the range this thing has. Awesome play from Asmon. Absolutely crumpled Toilailee in that engagement. There's a level 4 commander knob. 216, 299. Needs to think about attacking from multiple angles, I think, because with that D cannon, the warp throw, grenades, and that shuriken suppressing everything, that's going to be really painful. Can't effects up with Barb Strangler for Tyger. Basically a mobile plasma cannon that will suppress. Awesome damage on that thing. 216, 299. Tark has her fusion gun. You don't see this thing very often. Really awesome rapid firing melter gun kind of thing. 216, 299. Warlock has the warp throw. He's level 3. And there's the singularity. Tyger has spotted it and backs off, but here's the battle wagon. Is he going to catch anything? No, he doesn't. 216, 299. Battle wagon forces off all of Asmon's stuff. There's the death roller trying to run over this Eldar as it runs away. Fusion gun coming into play, is it? Warlock backing off momentarily. 210, 299. He's getting right into base. He doesn't have enough for a nuke. What is he trying to do here? Just wants to use a zap gun. There we go. 205, 299. Fusion gun now getting rear armor hits. Battle wagon does get away. Has a reasonable amount of hit points, 2,700, and it is very, very quick, as you can see there, especially when you have a unit inside it. Tank buster barrage onto the generator and takes it down. 186, 299. Brood nest is still up anyway. This is the same one. His capillary towers shooting up everywhere. Look at this. There's a path back to his base. 180, 299. Lag really needs to try and take these things down. It's much easier said than done though. Manticore number 2 is going to get absolutely owned here. Down it goes. 164, 299. Red team doing very well the last couple of engagements after Asmon did that awesome warp throw. They've been pegged back here. Termagant's in retreat, but can he retake bottom? I think he can. And I take this power as well. That web gate is still there. 153, 299. Hive Tyrant is chilling out. He's level 3, fully kitted out. Venom Cannon, improved synapse and the warp field. Stormtroopers in retreat. Commissar Lord almost going down there. He has the Emperor's Wrath, which is awesome. Hopefully we will see it on the screen. Level 6. Hive Tyrant decapping north. Battle wagon chasing into base again. Another zap gun, I think. There it is. We do have a defensive aura in base though. Boom! That was still incredibly painful. 150-296. What is this? Last cannon getting shots. That took a ton of health from rear armor there. And here comes the Commissar with his power fist. Can he make him pay for that? Las Cannon cannot get another hit. Slugger's getting out and they will wipe that Las Cannon out. Or will they? Yes, they do. With the Battle Wagon, I think, got the last shot. And that was painful. 150-292. What's this? Oh, it's the Battle Wagon there. What's mid? Some Spore Mines. Grenade wipes them out. Carnifex getting pressured by the Autarch here. 150-292. Here's that Battle Wagon again. Toilailee is so good at using these things. He's really, really aggressive with them, really active with them. Puts all of his army inside pretty much. 150-292. Dire Avengers in retreat. Those guys level 4. Commando's now taking shots from the fusion. And Hive Tyrant is capping mid. Carnifex is staying on the field with not much hit points. That could be a mistake. 150-292. Down goes the Shuriken finally. That was really annoying for Toilailee. D-Cannon in retreat. No, not the Autarch. She goes down. Big, big blow for Asmon. She was doing awesomely well, jumping around, annoying stuff. 144-292. Rocket run. On what? I'm not sure. Did it kill all of those Termagants? It did. That was insane. Look at them just laid out there like a platter. 141-292. Tyger now with just double Carnifexes. This one doesn't even have an upgrade. That was insane. That was an awesome nuke. And this Carnifex is going to go down. Being chased by the Commissar Lord. One more Power Fist hit. No, one more. 28 hit points. Does regenerate health, of course, because it's a monstrous creature. 133-292. But down it goes. Commissar Lord now level 7 with the Emperor's Wrath as well. And that could be it for Red Team. Can they recover from this? Tyger does have a lot of wreck. Eldritch Storm takes down a Battle Wagon. 2 awesome nukes on Blue Team might seal this game. 126-292. Nob Squad is on the field though. And that means it's not over by a long shot. Down goes the Warlock. These guys already with their U-Jammers and their Nob Leader and Meaner and Greener. 126-292. Hive Tyrant capping mid. Who's this running away? It's the Commissar Lord. Level 5 Warlock, level 4 Hive Tyrant, and level 6 Kommando Nob. It's a Lictor on the way now for Tyger. Double D cannons for Asmon. And the natural power is being decapped by the Kommando Nob who's infiltrated, and this is some sneaky Orc play here. Coming into flank, lag. Stormtroopers need to be very careful. Is this a Thornback? It's not at the moment. 111-292, here come anti-armor kit Stormtroopers. These guys are so awesome. There's the Melter Bomb. But there's Love the Dakar. They knock. Look at the amount of space they are knocking stuff down in. That is crazy. 102-292 almost wiped those Stormtroopers. Nob Squad in retreat path, and they do wipe one of them out. Toilailee playing awesome right now. Commissar Lord chasing down these double commandos that Toilailee has, and now he's infiltrated all of this stuff. Nob sneaking in. That was awesome play again. Takes down the Commissar Lord. 85-292. Red team not out of this by a long shot. Lictor with a flesh hook on retreat. 80-292. I think one of the reasons you very, very rarely see Melter Gun Kasrkins is because Melter Gun Stormtroopers are so freaking good. Some more guardsmen hitting the field. Another Battle Wagon on the way for Toilailee, and that could be it. 73-292. Honey Banshees are level 4. There's the 1-to-1. What's this? Another rocket run. That is painful. Almost whacked those double commandos, and that would have been awesome if he did that. But the Nob Squad get away as well without a loss. Level 2, these guys now in retreat. 67-292. The Kommando Nob went down trying to decap that power. Tank Busters back at base. Lictor is trying to cap, and there's a Tyranno formation. Don't think Asmon has seen it. disruption damage and a synapse, but nothing is wiped, I don't think. No, Lictor jumps in. This thing has awesome heavy melee damage and wipes out one of the D cannons. And now go straight back to capping. 41-292 is a double cap. Planning Banshees give up that fight, coming to reinforce the south. Lictor Alpha is being sneaky. Sorry, a Lictor, not Lictor Alpha. And a sneaky Kommando Nob as well. There's a lot of firepower here, double Guardsmen and Banshees. Warlock on capping duty. 26-292. Hive Tyrant struggling to force off the Commissar before he caps. Stormtroopers capping north. Tyger floating tons of resources here. Once another Carnifex does here, or a Swarmlord could get a Doom of Manentite. 26-273. Battle Wagon number 2 is up. I'm sure Asmon loved seeing this thing. Still has his Autark. This is another Autark, in fact. 26-259. We saw the first Autark go down. Planning Banshee's running away. That is a Singularity, which is not going to hit anything. 26-250 is a 2-1 for blue. Can they hold on here? Another Carnifex for Tyger. Nob squad stopping in their tracks for some reason. Dire Avengers being very brave, trying to fleet through the Nobs. And they do get away fine, yes. Singularity. Nope, it's not going to go off. He used it up there. The cannon did get a big shot there, but here's frenzied Nobs. And they do not wipe it, I don't think. No, 26-229. Stormtroopers cannot take on a battle wagon by themselves. 26-223. Spore Mines birthed out of the Carnifex. Going to try and suppress his entire blob. Can't quite manage to do it. And a grenade wipes them out. Commissar lag now capping the north. 26-205. 2 Carnifexes and a Lictor for Tyger. Hive Tyrant is down. Quite an level 6. And Sluggers, of all things, are capping south. Quite a Commandos, I should say, capping mid, and those guys cap 50% faster. Battle Wagon just ruined a bunch of Guardsmen. There's the Melter Bomb, shutting down its weapons. No, it doesn't shut down the weapons, that's the Haywire grenade that does that. 15-198, it's a double cap for red team. Here comes the Death Roller. Painful. Wow, killed 4 or 5 Guardsmen just with that thing. 5-198, this is red's game with a single right at the end. And there it is, awesome stuff from all players, some really awesome plays, especially from Toilailee and Asmon in the south. Some great back and forth with plasma grenades, lots of sneaky play in behind enemy lines. Just great to see. Those double Commandos did awesomely well. It only ended with 1 squad though. Single cap at the end. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.